remove this cover, set that aside with a 14mm socket on this pulley right here, which is the tensioner. Pull back on it, and then as you pull back, go ahead and take the belt off. I'm going to take it off of the power steering pump. Slide the belt out of your way, and the pulley that we're replacing, the idler, is that one down there. Next, to make things easier, I'm going to remove this passenger side front wheel, 19mm socket, take off all of the lug nuts, and then we'll take the wheel off. I'm going to take this splash shield off. It's held on by a few push clips. One is over here. One is right up here. Same style. And at this point you can pull this shield down, just like this. Over here you'll see a 12mm bolt that holds the tensioner into place. Let's go ahead and remove this bolt. And there it is. And then over here, you'll see this 14mm bolt in the center of the idler pulley. You're gonna have to break this free, and then it won't come out. You're gonna have to take it out with the whole assembly, but at least you can break it free and unthread it. Make sure you don't get your tool stuck in here. If you're using a socket and this goes out, it'll get up against the frame, and well, it's just not gonna be pretty. At this point, you can tilt it down, remove this bolt, and then you can remove the pulley as well. Okay, there it is. Obviously, you don't need to take this out, but at this point, it's always a good idea to take it out, inspect it, make sure it's good. This one's in pretty good condition. It's new, so I know I'm good there. Grab the tensioner, slide it back in if you took it out. Tilt this forward like that. Slide the bolt through the idler pulley, and then put the two together. All right, now let's put this back up into place. Wiggle it into place. Try to line up the center bolt hole. I think I just got it lined up. Yep, it is lined up. All right, so next I want to line up the small 12mm bolt, because that's gonna locate the tensioner better. Spin it like that, and then slide this bolt through. Make sure you thread it on by hand so that nothing cross threads. And I'm actually gonna tighten the center bolt up first, once that one's started, so that's started. So let's tighten up the center bolt first. Okay, that's bottomed out. There's no way I'm gonna get a torque wrench in there, only because of the angle. So I'm gonna take my swivel head ratchet and make sure that it is nice and tight. Okay, yep, that's tight. Let's tighten up the 12mm bolt. All right, that's tight as well. Now we can put back the splash shield over here. All right, that's locked in. Let's get the wheel back on. Get the wheel on, start on all 5 of your lug nuts, bottom them out, and torque them to 80 foot-pounds. So here's the routing diagram for the belt. So clockwise, starting from the crankshaft from the harmonic balancer, it's gonna go from down there, over this tensioner, up over the power steering pump, down onto the alternator, and then from the alternator, it's actually gonna go to the idler that we just replaced. And then from there, it's gonna go down to the AC. So with all of the pulleys pretty much lined up at this point, take tension off the tensioner and slide the belt on. I know it's not as easy to slide it onto the power steering pulley as it is to slide it onto any other pulley, but it's the most convenient to reach. Gave it a few spins like this with tension loosened up to make sure that it falls into all of the grooves. Obviously the crankshaft isn't going to spin, but you can basically slide it over the crankshaft as it spins on all the other pulleys. So at this point, this should be good to go. Let's get this cover back on and then turn on the engine. Make sure you don't have any belt squeals or any odd noises. Should be all set.